Yo, what's going on, guys? Savage here. Look, this series has been going absolutely amazing, better than I ever thought it would, and I cannot thank you guys for the support y'all been giving me. The comment section has been blowing up with people telling me that they're getting more wins and they're getting more kills, and I absolutely love to see that. But in this viewer breakdown, we will be harping on things he should be doing as far as movement, rotations, and also the enemies that he kills. I'm gonna try to harp on the things that they should be doing and the things that they're doing wrong, so hopefully we can point out everybody's mistakes and we can all sit here and learn from them. Guys, I'm a firm believer in learning from your mistakes and the mistakes of others is the best way to become a better player, and honestly, just a normal life lesson in general. But guys, before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today. Also, leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 600 likes. And follow me over on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. We've been doing a lot of viewer gameplay over on Twitch, so make sure you guys are there for that. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, in this gameplay breakdown, we're gonna be spectating my dude, Oh Yeah, and he is going to be going, it looks as if he's dropping Superstore. I believe it's Superstore. All right, so here we are landing Superstore, and he's going to be going in, and he's surrounded by, well, a lot of good things. Guys, if you're gonna be dropping in a Superstore, the best way to drop in a Superstore is when they have a bunch of bounties. As you can see already off the bat, there was a bounty here, there was a bounty here. One has already disappeared, so we know for sure that there's somebody in this area that's got a bounty objective. As far as Superstore landings are concerned, I definitely, probably in my opinion, would not go for search objectives. I would be going more for bounties. One, Superstore is very, very hot. I'd rather know where people are at than be distracted and caught up trying to get my search objective boxes and get shot in the back. But again, that's just personal preference. However, I do recommend trying to get the bounty objective. Granted, you don't want to go ahead and pick it up right off the bat because the chance of it going to somebody floating in is very, very high. I'd wait a second, kind of get your bearing, figure out the situation, and then pick it up. And hopefully the bounty will be on somebody within Superstore. All right, as far as looting any kind of hot drop, especially Superstore, you want to loot fast and efficiently for sure. You want to go pick it up and roll out. You don't want to freeze up for too long because there's still things that you need. A Scar is not that bad of a gun, but it's definitely not the best option. Now we have an Uzi. The Uzi low-key kind of slaps. It's not the greatest gun in the world, but it definitely will not let you down. So the search objective is above him. I believe it's on the second floor. It might be on the roof, but I believe it's on the second floor. Also, guys, always pay attention to the mini-map. So again, we already know that there's a guy here. This may be the dude who picked up the bounty. We don't know, but he's shooting at somebody within Superstore. So we know there's at least 2 other enemies here. Again, make mental notes according to your mini-map. I see so many situations, whether I get killed by a team and I'm spectating them, or if I'm spectating viewers or anything like that, I notice that people just don't pay attention to their mini-map. All right, first mistake right there. When you're in a gunfight, and this goes both ways, when you're in a gunfight and you break somebody's armor, what is the next move that you do? You push them. You push the guy because you have full plates and the enemy that you just broke did not. Unfortunately for Oh Yeah, it was flip-flop. The enemy broke his plates. He had to back off and plate up. Guys, when you back off and plate up, always expect the enemy to push. So instead of sitting right there in the doorway, I would have rounded the corner, changed the complete positions, and come back to the fight from a different angle. That was just an easy kill for that guy. As you notice, he breaks the armor. He noticed he got the armor broken. He's got all 3 plates still. So of course he's gonna push in and get the kill and finish it off. Very unfortunate. So as far as moving, again, you want to make sure that if your armor is broken, you're in a 1v1 fight and they're unscathed, basically, they're not destroyed at all, they're 100%. You want to rotate and have your movement and work the area. You don't want to just sit in one area because he's going to push you. All right, so notice right there when he got shot, I don't know if you guys saw that, but when he got shot, it came from car dealership. That's where the sniper came from. So again, be careful on the roof and be careful with the rest of your rotations. Make another mental note that there's a guy on top of car dealership, and still we assume that there's at least 2 people here. I don't know if the guy that killed him originally killed the other one as well, but until I know, I'm gonna make a mental note there's at least 2 enemies here. And there they are fighting in there. Basically the whole idea between mental notes, and there's another mental note, right? He's getting shot from this area. So basically the whole idea and the whole premise behind mental notes is the fact that that's going to change the way you rotate, right? You're not going to rotate the dealership if there's 4 people sitting on top of dealership, are you? No, you're going to rotate around it. But if there wasn't anybody sitting on top of dealership and you needed to rotate that way, you would. So you want to make mental notes of everything that's going on your mini map and be aware of fighting around you, not just fighting that's impacting you at that moment in time. That way you can identify your routes and how you're going to rotate around fights. Again, guys, if you want to be the greatest player ever, that's awesome, but you don't have to fight every person. Even your top tier players will bail from fights that they're just out positioned in. All right, so there's a guy on top of a gas station. He's got to make his way there and get the search objective. So right now I would just hold off on the search objective and I would honestly fight everybody in Superstore. I would want to clear out one of the areas that's kind of my danger zone. And what I mean by that is you have a guy at car dealership, you have a guy at gas station, and you have two guys at least in Superstore, assuming he didn't get killed. So basically, like, if you were to rotate out of Superstore and bail out, you'd get shot from any angle. You could get shot from a guy that's coming out of Superstore. You'll get shot from the guy on top of car dealership. You'll get shot by the guy on top of the gas station. So you need to go ahead and pick a fight. Either A, push the guy on gas station, kill him, get your search objective and roll out, or fight everybody in Superstore. That way, while you're pushing this guy, you don't get shot in the back. Plus, if you want to rack up your kills, you might as well just go ahead and take care of Superstore and then rotate this way. And they're still fighting. They're still getting it at Superstore. All right, so again, when you have a bounty on you, you don't want to change how you play based on the bounty. Guys, stop letting the bounty intimidate you as a player. The bounty does nothing. If you're walking around a compound and there's another player there, he's going to hear you, see you, all the above, and it's going to be just like you had a bounty on your head, right? So don't worry about it. Play as you normally would play, and then just pretend like the guy who's got the bounty objective on you is just a normal player who just happens to be in the area, just like that guy, and just kill him. Do not let other players bully you. All right, one thing I will recommend, open the boxes. If you're being pushed or you feel like there's an enemy near you, you want to open up all the boxes. That way that annoying ass hum will go away and can actually hear footsteps and gunfire and whatever else you might need to hear. All right, so again, we're in a situation where it was just flip-flopped over at Superstore. You got his armor broken, push him in, right? Unfortunately, you kind of gashed yourself out. That was just unfortunate. But look, you broke his armor, switched to your Uzi. That works too. You should have done exactly what the enemy did to you when you died earlier. You broke his armor, you push him and kill him. Granted, it worked out. You got 2 kills. There wasn't another person there, and you could have got killed while you were pushing. So it worked out. But the concept remains the same. I like the fact that mid-fight, you're not chasing the enemy. You're changing your angle. All right, so you gotta be aware of what the heartbeat sensor's telling you, right? You got another 2 enemies on you, but you want to make a movement fast. You don't want to freeze up and either allow those 2 enemies to kill each other off and then rob you of those kills, or B, they just happen to flank you from 2 different locations on accident, and then you're stuck into like a third-party situation. All right, one of them has killed each other off, so it's just a 1v1, or the guy bailed off to a car dealership, one of the 2. All right, good shots, and now you're in a situation that you should be in where you push, right? His armor is more broken and damaged than yours. Unfortunately, not anymore. But still, you have a P90 for a close range fight. P90, MP5s, Uzis, MP7s. That's what you want to use. The recoil and the rate of fire is the reason why you want to use an SMG for your close range combat. Again, anything closer than like 50 feet, you want to use your SMG. You want to get bullets put on the enemy as fast as possible with as least recoil as possible. So if you had an SMG right there, you wouldn't have to worry about the kick and the recoil control. You would have just absolutely annihilated the guy. Again, this P90 slaps. Use the P90. This thing is nutty. Granted, I prefer a loadout MP5, but the ground loot P90, definitely use it to saw some people. Now, as far as the riot shield's concerned, I'm not a firm believer in the riot shield. If you want to stroll around and stick some people with the riot shield in your back, that's one thing, but from normal combat situation, you want a long range and a short range weapon. You just left a ram back there for the riot shield, unfortunately. So now you're going to have really no long range or medium range guns. You're just going to have the P90 to rely on, unless you pick up that synthetic dream, which I definitely would recommend. Although the new ground loot synthetic dream, this Bruin right here, is just not as good as the old one. I will say, I'm not a fan of this one.
Take it off, look.
Now fights like this is when confidence comes into play, right? If I were him, I would whip out my P90, push in, and absolutely blitz this dude, right? I wouldn't give him an option to work me and rotate and do exactly what he did to me earlier, because I believe that's the same guy. But regardless, do not give him an option to do that to you, right? You're playing duos, trios, squads, and you're playing a building. That's normally a good play. Holy crap, there's a lot of boxes here. That's normally a good play if you're not aware of where all the enemies are at, right? So if you're getting pushed by a 4-man, you only see one. You don't want to jump out the window and go after them. But in solos, absolutely blitz these guys because they're just as scared as you are, right? All right, now these storage containers are real crazy, right? I hate these things. I would definitely whip my heartbeat out a little more often than usual, just to kind of find out where everybody's at. Now, granted, this situation right here, again, you could have swapped to your long range and got him before he hit the ground. But that's fine. I definitely would have. I would have switched to my long range AR and shot him before he even landed. Because again, if you get in a situation where this dude's not with a pistol and he shits on you when you have an MP7, that's going to cause for some rage and probably ruin the rest of your night gameplay wise. I know it would mine. If I got shit on by a pistol when I had an MP7, I'm done for the day. Those damn birds. All right, so you're on UAV, so you got to be careful, right? Because you don't have ghosts. All right, this is why tracker is so important. This is why I love tracker. You see the footsteps right here? I love being able to shoot somebody, have them run from me, and me be able to track them down and hawk them down, right? Again, close quarter situation, you definitely want to use the SMG. Good swap. I will tell you this, you're better off. All right, you are better off jumping through the windows than exposing yourself to the windows without being able to see inside, right? So look, seeing in windows is almost impossible, right? So if this guy is against the window, you'll be able to see him. But if he's ducked back against this middle wall, you won't be able to see him at all. So avoid crossing in front of these windows. I would just jump in the first one. I would rather jump through the window and have a 1v1 fight than have him put some shots on me and break my armor or possibly kill me as I'm trying to get to the door, right? I will say, I do like the fact that you tracked him inside the building, but instead of following in the exact same door he went inside, you came in from a different angle and you changed position. Granted, he was there waiting for you, but you still didn't fall in line like a sheep and let him bait you out. A lot of times, if a person's chasing me, I'll literally just turn around in a doorway and they'll run right into me. And it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Extremely easy kill. So I like the fact that you changed your angle, predicted his movement, and try to get him from a different angle. Granted, again, he was aware of your movement. He knew what you're doing, but it ended up working out regardless. All right, so now we have a custom RAM. Well, never mind. Hold that thought. All right, so I do believe that the footsteps have been reworked. I don't think it was in the patch notes, but I do notice a significant amount of footstep audio compared to what I used to hear, which was basically nothing, right? All right, we'll tell you why you're using a heartbeat. I like the fact that you're not sitting there holding out too long. However, you're not letting it do a full blip. You're only checking your immediate area. When you pull up the heartbeat, you want it to do a full sweep. You want it to do the full extension. That way you can see as far as it'll see, right? Notice how you put the heartbeat away before it was even at the third stripe. This is where you put the heartbeat away at, right here. But let it go the full amount, right? Let it go the full amount. It's just a split second longer and you can see further with it. Now, I'm not telling you just to walk around with this thing in your hand the whole time, but let it do a full sweep. Give it a chance to do what it's meant for.
You need this.
All right, so there's 40 left. We've got 5 kills, and we really need to start getting some kills, guys. We really have to start getting some kills. The win is awesome, yes. I really want to start emphasizing on you guys getting some kills. I want you guys to start going out there and fighting. I want to see some more gunfights. I want to see some hunger. I want to see some aggression. I want to see some anger. I want to see some gameplay, you know? So go out there, get the bounties, get it done, get the fights. If you die, oh well, restart the game and try again. Now, I feel like me telling you guys not to walk around with the heartbeat has kind of scarred a lot of you guys, and now you just whip it out real fast and put it away. Again, let it do a full sweep. Let it do its job. I like the fact y'all aren't walking around with it and crouch walking. I love the way you're moving throughout the map as far as not crouch walking, not holding the heartbeat, not ADSing on everything. Your movement is pretty decent, so I'll give you that. But if you're going to whip the heartbeat out, let the heartbeat do its job. Oh, shit. What a bastard, dude. Fights like this, again, what did I say? Close range fights, you want the SMG. Notice how he's already put more shots on the enemy with the SMG than he ever did with the AR. Do not get in close range fights with your assault rifle out, guys, unless your assault rifle is built for close range fights. Now, as far as correcting what the enemy did, the enemy was just being an absolute fucking idiot. I will say that, guys. Look, this isn't Blackout. Stop trying to spend all your time splatting people. That's ridiculous. You want to make one pass, maybe even two on the way back and try to hit them. That's one thing. But sitting there circling and hitting walls and hitting poles and just sitting there and reversing and driving, at some point, just give up and fight the enemy, right? This is a shooter. The fact that people are splatting each other with helicopters and that's all they're trying to do, right? The fact that people are just getting in vehicles and just splatting people is just crazy. And it's not even irritating in this game. In Blackout, it was super irritating because it was hard to contest. In this game, dude, all we got to do is aim our gun and shoot them in the face. People who drive their cars around like this, if they're having fun, that's one thing, right? That's fine. If they're doing that trying to win the game, it's stupid. Do not do what that dude was doing. But again, I definitely want to emphasize, use your SMGs in your close range fight. Do not use your ARs. Do not use your Bruins. Do not use your primary long range weapon. All right, because this is stimulus mode, I'm not going to be telling you guys what to buy or what I recommend you buy, just because this mode is temporary. And on top of that, it's all just personal preference. I'm just going to keep sticking with the fact that this is what I want you guys to go for. This is how I want you guys to play. This is how I want you guys to rotate and things like that. Now, look, this guy right here in that fight, look, okay, look, it's a distance thing, right? It's all about the distance. It's what you use what gun for. That situation, I would have instantly whipped out my AR. I knew damn well, based on the UAV, based on the mini map, exactly where that dude was at. So that's an AR fight, right? You have a VLK. Go ahead and whip out your M4 with the VLK and put some shots on this man. Do not let him do that to you. With an MP7, the MP7 is probably the best range SMG there is. With the MP7, you're gonna have a little too much recoil at that range, and you're not gonna be putting enough damage on the enemy. So you're gonna get shot out by, well, any AR there is. So it's unfortunate that happened in that way. I will say, just your decision making on what weapon you use is kind of my main highlight for you, brother. That's kind of my main highlight. That's kind of what I want to emphasize right now. Oh yeah, thank you, my dude, for submitting your gameplay. I do have some recommendations for you, brother. The main thing that stood out to me was your weapon decision making. Basically, the entire game, I saw you struggle with what gun to use in what situation. In close range fights, you would use an AR. In mid range fights, you use an SMG. So just start kind of getting in the habit that when you're pushing buildings and you're near buildings and you're in a compound and you're in a tight facility, if you feel like you're a little claustrophobic, that's an SMG type fight. Now that is crucial. You would probably win more gunfights if you just got better at utilizing the right gun for the right fight. Your close range fights, every single time, use an SMG. Your mid to long range fights, meaning exactly where that guy who killed you at the end was, that distance and further, that's your AR range, especially if there's a guy head glitching. That guy at the end that killed you was head glitching that little bitty half wall. So what you need to do is whip out your M4 with the VLK on it. That extra zoom with that extra pinpoint accuracy would have been perfect for taking him out. If you just work on that, your gameplay will improve tremendously right off the bat. Also, make sure if you're going a hot drop, I would honestly stay away from the search objectives, especially in stimulus mode. You really don't need search objectives in stimulus mode. I'll say that. If you're focused on the win, you're focused on getting kills, go for bounties, go for flags. Money will come pretty easy in these stimulus modes. In fact, honestly, I think duos, trios, and quads, money's coming a lot easier in general, if I'm not mistaken. The other day I was playing, we had like $100,000 between the entire team. So money is easy to come by right now, and especially in stimulus modes. So when you hot drop, make sure you're going for kills, make sure you're going for the bounties, and just take care of everybody in sight. Your gunplay wise, your snapping wise, your movement wise, you're pretty decent, so you can just grow from that naturally. Definitely work on your decision making when it comes to what gun and what fight. But guys, look, I really hope this video helps you guys. The reason why I put on this series is so you guys can see my mistakes, you guys can see others' mistakes, and we can all learn from each other's mistakes together. Because a lot of people are watching this video right now, they're like, damn, I do the same thing. And hopefully when they see this, they'll be like, shit, maybe I shouldn't. So guys, again, let me know in the comment section below if these videos are helping you in any way, shape, or form. Also, if you guys have recommendations or any questions, make sure you leave a comment also, or feel free to follow me on Twitch where I can answer your questions live on stream. But guys, until the next time, good luck in Warzone. Yo, what's going on, my dude? Savage here. Look, I have a blast doing this series, and I love the fact that these videos are actually helping people instead of just pulling views. Honestly, I love the fact that I'm in this position to be able to teach people the things that I'm learning from Battle Royales in my 4-year history of playing them, and we're able to learn from my mistakes and the mistakes of others. But guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by hitting the link below. Also, check out one of these 2 videos, and y'all have a good one and good luck out there.